Straight ahead on WBKB, a new Alpena County Road Commissioner is approved.
Plus, divers jump into frigid temperatures at Rockport State Park today, and Governor Whitmer announces another liquor buyback program.
You're watching Thunder Bay News Network. WBKB News at 6 starts now.
This is WBKB News at 6. An in-depth look at news, weather, and sports. From hard-hitting news stories to local events, we're there with coverage you can count on. You're watching WBKB News at 6.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Sherry Stewart.
And I'm Tyler Cruz. The Alpena County Board of Commissioners met virtually this afternoon to discuss their future plans and wish a member a happy retirement. The board today wished to farewell to Commissioner Brad McRoberts, who served the Board of Commissioners for the last 4 years. Sheriff Steve Kilashevsky said Brad had been like a brother to him, and the entire board wished him well in his retirement.
Brad has been a brother, and us in law enforcement, we have a special bond. I've always had a special bond with Brad. It certainly has been a pleasure and honor to work with him.
The commissioners also appointed Gerald MacArthur as a commissioner to the Alpena County Road Commission for a 6-year term. MacArthur is the former owner of a local construction company now owned by his son. The board approved MacArthur's nomination by a 6-2 vote this afternoon, with opposing commissioners saying his conflict of interest would be an issue at his new position.
How can it not be a conflict of interest when there is that connection? There's a direct connection between what he will know, some of the information he'll receive as a road commissioner, and the fact that he has a son that has a business in it.
Today was the last time the board will meet in 2020.
Well, the city of Alpena has reached a deal with the city's police union. The city and police command union agreed on several benefit changes and a wage increase. Wage increases for 2020 and 2021 are up 2% and a 2.5% increase for 2023. Martin Luther King Jr. Day has also been added as an observed holiday for the department, as well as increases in deferred compensation for employer contributions. The new contract terms are backdated to July 1st of 2020 and end on June 30th of 2023.
Well, plans to change the traffic light at the intersection of 2nd Avenue and Miller Street are on hold for now. The news comes after the Alpena Municipal Council delayed the vote on Monday and is requesting additional crash information from the City Police Chief Joel Jett. The traffic light at the intersection was originally a 3-color light, but according to local residents, it was changed to the current light about 9 years ago. Council members are asking the police chief to provide research on accidents at the location from 10 years prior to compare crashes from the old light system. Residents say the current light has been the cause of several serious accidents and crashes over the years, so it'd be good to get that changed.
Right. Well, Governor Whitmer says her administration will implement another liquor buyback program in an effort to provide support for restaurants and bars. Earlier this year, the Michigan Liquor Control Commission bought back almost $3.4 million in spirits from liquor licensees. That averaged to about $5,000 in financial relief for bar and restaurant owners during the pandemic. The Michigan Department of Health and Human Services is launching a new program intended to help restaurants and the less fortunate during the pandemic. Under this program, those currently receiving some form of food assistance can use their Bridge card to purchase meals at participating restaurants. Enrollments for restaurants is open as of today on the MDHHS website. Governor Whitmer says the program will ensure people across the state have the support they need this winter. And Governor Whitmer signed a bill into law today creating the Water Shutoff Restoration Act. The bill promotes access to clean water to all Michiganders and would prohibit any water shutoff during non-payments. The act mandates water be restored to those experiencing a shutoff for this reason. Whitmer said every Michigander deserves clean water access, especially during a pandemic.
Well, today at Rockport State Park, an event called Santa Splash had Great Lakes divers out in frigid temperatures. WBKB's Stephanie Michi has more.
I'm here today at Rockport State Park, where the Great Lakes divers are not letting frigid temperatures stop them from jumping into this lake for a good cause. Let's have a look. Great Lakes divers partnered with Great Lakes Great Responsibility to remove trash at Rockport State Park today. The goal was to pick up 1 million pieces of trash in an effort to keep Rockport State Park safe and clean. Great Lakes diver Stephanie Gondula says the lakes face many challenges.
Our Great Lakes definitely are facing lots of issues, whether it's climate change or whether it's invasive species or whether it's marine debris. And so we'd love to do our part to pick up the single-use plastics, to pick up any trash that ends up in the water.
Gondula says her bag was filled with single-use plastics. One of the young divers out today says she enjoys the adventure and exploring of diving, but emphasizes the importance of being responsible.
Just be mindful of what you do with what you bring with you. If you're gonna bring it, put it in the appropriate place when you leave. People have gotten better about plastics, but they will take the recyclables and they'll just throw them off the boats.
Commercial diver Megan Mainville says she mostly does hard hat diving, which includes fiber optic cable installation, and says there's no experience like this.
It's just like a different feeling. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, you just like weightless when you're in the water, I guess. There's nothing like it, and you can't see anything on land like you can in the water. It opens up a whole new world.
Well, I have to say, I really admire these ladies, and I need to step my game up. I mean, they dove in there in frigid temperatures. I don't know if I'm ready to do that, but again, I really admire them for what they're doing today and for the great cause of wanting to keep the lakes and Rockport clean. In Alpena, Stephanie Manici, WBKB News.
I hope those wetsuits keep you warm. You couldn't pay me enough to jump in those waters today.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for that, Stephanie. Good job. Well, there's more news ahead for you here on WBKB. Coming up, we'll take a look at the Great Conjunction in the skies.
Our chance of rain is going to increase, and then we have some much colder air on the way for Thursday. That forecast for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day coming up later in the newscast.
Thanks for that, Ellie. Well, Jupiter and Saturn were so close together last night that it appeared to form a double planet from some perspectives. Those who study the planetary alignment say this hasn't happened since the year 1226. That's almost 800 years ago. So a little bit of science for you. Once every 20 years or so, the orbits between Jupiter and Saturn will line up, but the two planets have not been this close and this observable for 8 centuries. According to Earth Sky, the planets last night were just 0.1 degrees apart, so close that they seem to overlap from some perspectives. If you didn't catch it last night, the planets will be observable, however not as close for the rest of the month. That is really spectacular.
It's fascinating. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, in your health news today, digital fitness trackers are helping people get on their feet and new numbers of life expectancy in the U.S. Elise Preston has some of the day's top health stories.
Life expectancy rose in the U.S. for the second year in a row in 2019 to 78.8 years. The National Center for Health Statistics found heart disease remains the leading cause of death. A second report shows an increase in drug overdose deaths, more than 70,000 a year. A study in the British Journal of Sports Medicine finds smartphone fitness apps and wearable trackers are helping people boost their physical activity levels. Researchers say the devices provide self-monitoring and feedback, 2 techniques known to be effective motivators. And pregnant women who were not able to exercise because of the pandemic have higher depression scores than their peers who were able to continue fitness routines. Dartmouth College conducted the online survey during the height of stay-at-home orders and found pregnant women not only miss their fitness classes, but also the social connection with other people. Those are some of the day's top health stories. Elise Preston, CBS News, New York.
Well, coming up on WBKB News, Ellie Morrison is next with your 7-day forecast, plus the photo of the day. Stay tuned.
You see that you'd like to send us, email it along with a short description to news@WBKB11.com.
Oh, we had a deer yesterday, an owl today, so we're getting the whole zoo in our inbox. I like those photos of the day. Can't wait to see some snowshine, though.
Yeah.
Today's pets of the week are Gingerbread, Rocky, Shep, and Harley. WBKB's Kent Davis has more.
You may be wondering what I'm doing this close to the ground. Well, that's because our first pet gingerbread here is very, very small.
Gingerbread just arrived at the Humane Society, and she's still getting to know the place. She's a 4.5-year-old Chihuahua mix with an excitable personality. However, she does get frightened by larger dogs, so keep that in mind when you bring her into your family. Next, we have Rocky. He's a Labrador Retriever mix with tons of energy. Rocky hails from Texas, and you can see he's still getting used to the snow. He'd do best in a family with kids or with someone who has the time and ability to help him let out his energy. Now let's say hello to Shep. This 10-year-old hound mix is Rocky's total opposite. He's very quiet and likes to walk instead of play fetch. He gets along well with other relaxed dogs, but not so much with high-energy kids. He's from Texas too, so he'd love nothing more than to warm up by your fireplace. Lastly, we're taking a look at Harley. This girl is incredibly skittish and scared. The Humane Society suspects someone abused her in the past. She stayed at the back of her shelter the entire time I visited her. The Humane Society says they're working hard on helping her readjust to life with people, but it will take time.
And remember, you can learn more about adoption by visiting HuronHumaneSocietyInc.org.
Thanks for that, Ken. I love those dog videos. Sports is coming up next, but first, Matt Dazinski is in with a preview. What's up tonight, Matt?
Thanks, Tyler. Coming up next in sports, the Associated Press released their 2020 All-State team for 8-man football, and 2 area athletes made the list. I'll let you know who coming up. Plus, the Detroit Lions had 3 players named to the Pro Bowl on Monday night, and I will let you know who those players are coming up next in sports.
And welcome back. We received a little piece of fan mail today, and we wanted to thank the anonymous donor who sent in this wonderful, I want to call it a gingerbread house.
It looks like a candy house to me. I see pretzels, and it smells so good too, though. It's
gumdrops here.
I don't know. I think these are cornflakes, and I don't know. Looks like raspberries or something.
The pretzel log cabin. It looks unreal. I just want to thank whoever sent that in. Took their time. They baked us cookies too.
Yes.
Can't wait to try those.
A nice supply of cookies, and I mean, this just really, it smells so good. I just want to kind of.
And it's well done. I don't know what it looks like, licorice almost, or just hardened sugar. It looks amazing.
Yeah, but somebody is really talented and just really thoughtful, and we really thank you and appreciate you for thinking of us. Yeah.
Well, you can read more about our broadcast stories and get the scoop of other news items online.
And just visit WBKB11.com for sports, weather, and news updates anytime, day or night.
Or be sure to check us out on our Facebook page and Twitter handle at WBKB11.
And that's all we have for you this evening. Be sure to catch us back here tonight at 11 for more. Have a great evening.